Hello, everyone. Welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A woman in a sharp white pencil skirt suit and black heels walks into the Metro court and approaches Tracy. Tracy is happy to meet her finally and do business in person. The camera pans up to Blair, who is ready to claim what is hers. Tracy reminds her that what is hers now belongs to her, because she paid a pretty penny for it. Blair just needs her ex-husband Martin to remarry because he's bleeding her dry. Tracy says as soon as deception is hers, Lucy will be broke and married to Martin. Blair notes this isn't just about the money, but getting the little people noticed and exposing the greed of corporate America. She admits the deceptor was her idea, which she never finished, and assumes Marty shared the idea with Lucy to win her over. Tracy notes that Lucy isn't exactly a win. Blair asks if the judge will keep the deceptor sales frozen. Tracy says they are frozen, as are the company's stocks, so deception will be broke by the time they get to court. Blair asks how it went with Jackson, and Tracy thanks her for the recommendation as he was great. Blair says he's also nice to look at. Tracy didn't notice. She's focused on getting her voting rights back from Lucy and won't stop until she gets them. Blair asks why Tracy hates Lucy so much. Tracy calls her a cockroach who sank her claws into her brother. And once she gets deception, she won't have to worry about Lucy being involved in her family business any longer. Blair recalls Tracy initially had no interest in ELQ, so what changed? Tracy explains her family is complicated, and they are greedy and dysfunctional at best. She wants to move on from this topic, but Blair realizes there is more to this for her than just the voting rights. Martin and Lucy walk in, and Martin sees Blair and says, "God, not her." He tries to suggest they go to the PC Grill, but Lucy refuses to hide from Tracy, who she assumes Martin was referring to. They grab a table, and Lucy wonders who the blonde with Tracy is. Martin continues to suggest they go to the PC Grill, but Lucy refuses, so Martin decides he'll need shots. Lucy vents about Tracy and how she used BLQ to steal information on the deceptor from them. Martin looks over at Blair and Tracy. Lucy fears this lawsuit might go Tracy's way and rants that the deceptor was her idea with his help. Martin again says he had nothing to do with it, and there is no need to drag him into this. She says she never would have come up with the idea if not for him. Lucy eventually decides Martin is right, and they should go to the PC Grill, as she doesn't want to be in the same room with Tracy. She excuses herself to freshen up. Meanwhile, Tracy admits to Blair she doesn't do anything for just one reason. But this is about business, and her father taught her opportunities aren't given but made. Once an opportunity is made, she says you have to take advantage of them. Tracy says it was nice meeting her and excuses herself. Blair heads over to Martin, kisses his cheek, and says, "Hello, sweetheart." Martin grimaces. Anna and Valentin sit down to have dinner on the terrace, and Trish delivers an envelope to Anna from Dante. She opens it up, and it's a flight manifest, with Valentin's name on it. Anna hands the documentation over to Valentin and asks if this is true. The manifest is for a flight to NYC on the night of Anna's house fire. He admits it is, and Pikeman summoned him there. Anna grills him for details. Valentin says Pikeman was concerned about Sunny, they still are, and they needed to consult with him. Anna asks why he needs to lie to her about going to ELQ. Valentin explains Pikeman didn't want to take chances meeting here. Anna says she's speaking about the lies he tells her, not Pikeman, and she wonders how much else he's keeping from her. Valentin says he loves her, but Anna says he can't keep saying that to excuse his lies. Valentin explains he's trying to keep his relationship with Pikeman separate from her, but she reminds him the shots were fired at her and Sunny when she was delivering his message to Sunny. He admits that was a mistake, and she wonders how many more lies and mistakes he's keeping from her. He swears there is nothing else. She asks why he got pulled into Pikeman in the first place. He admits it was greed, and he was young and had nothing to lose. Now he has everything to lose, and Pikeman is dangerous, so it's easier to have them as an ally rather than an enemy. Anna suggests they skip dinner and get room service in the suite. Anna and Valentin return to the suite, only to find it's been trashed. They pull out their guns and see clothing with what appears to be blood splattered all over them. As Anna heads to the bathroom, Valentin realizes it's ink. Spencer enters and says he needs her help as a fellow Cassadine. Spencer explains the Cassadine estate is about to be handed over to him as it's been 6 months since his father split. But he has no idea how to translate the legal jargon in the document he was sent. Alexis says she's happy to help. Alexis looks over the document and says it's very complicated, and she'll need time to get back to him. Spencer is grateful to her, and for having family helping him with this. Alexis is grateful for him too, and despite being Cassadines, they have an unbreakable bond. Spencer notes that doesn't extend to his dad, who has let him down once again and somehow walked out on a baby. Alexis explains there is no justification for a parent walking out on their child. But she knows Nicholas loves him, and he didn't have a reference for being a parent given how he was raised. Esm lurks outside the office as Spencer asks for another favor from Alexis regarding Ace. He reveals he and Trina are going to New York and would like her to keep an eye on Esm and Ace. Alexis says Esm has been doing well here, so why does he think she needs supervising? Spencer can't help but forget the old Esme, and she's attempted to run away with Ace before, so he'd feel better knowing Ace was safe. A startled Esm drops the papers and stumbles in claiming she forgot to deliver these payroll papers. Alexis thanks her and directs her to take them to accounting before payroll goes through. Esm leaves, and Spencer thanks Alexis for all her help. She says they are family, and that includes Esme. So maybe he should try and trust her. He says that's easier said than done. They leave as Esme returns and finds Alex's office dark. Trina arrives at her dorm and finds it still fairly a mess. Joss explains Dex came over and they got distracted. Trina asks if she was nervous the first time she was with Dex. Joss wonders why she's asking. Trina tells Joss that Spencer is taking her for a weekend trip to Manhattan, and this will be their first time alone together. Joss asks if she's ready for this, as sex takes things to a new level. Trina knows and can't stop thinking about it. Joss wants to make sure she's not feeling pressured, but Trina says she isn't. Trina tells her about Spencer's original plans to go to the islands, but she didn't want to be away that long with her family situation and school starting, so Manhattan was a compromise. She fills Joss in all about the plans for the trip, and that this feels like the right thing for them. Joss is happy for both of them. She knows deep down Spencer is a good guy, and Trina is the best thing to happen to him. Carly returns home and is surprised to find Ava in her living room. Ava explains she dropped Avery off for the night. She's with Peeler now, and states she has a late night with collectors. Carly confronts her about knowing Austin and Mason have something over her. And now Sunny has Drew asking around why Austin went to Pentonville. News of Austin's trip shocks Ava. Carly says she's helping Drew help Sunny, which means she's helping Ava too. Carly explains how Sunny got the charges against him dropped, and the information Austin took to his boss means Austin and Mason's boss must have ties to the FBI. She suspects Austin and Mason found out something about her, something their boss could also take to the FBI. Ava says Sunny is doing what he's doing for Avery, and because of this situation, she would like Avery to stay here for a week or so. Carly says Avery is welcome here as long as needed. Carly advises Ava whatever is going on with Austin. He's keeping information from her, so do not trust him for Avery's sake. Austin returns to his house in Pawtuck and finds Nicholas packed ready to leave. Nicholas explains it's time to say goodbye. Austin thinks he's going back to Port Charles, but Nicholas says he's got to tie up loose ends in Europe, and he leaves in a few hours. He explains his mother is there still looking for him, and he needs to somehow let her know he's alive without being seen. Austin can't believe he's still going to leave Ava in limbo and notes he's feeling very guilty about his death. Nicholas laughs that Ava isn't someone prone to guilt. Austin wonders what else is going on, as this can't just be about Ava and his mother. Nicholas explains it's been 6 months since he disappeared and has been presumed dead by the Cassadine estate, so control will go to Spencer. The only way to stop this is to prove he's still alive. Austin notes this isn't the first time he's pretended to be dead, and asks how could he do this to his son. Nicholas doesn't need to justify his actions to him, and says once Spencer gets control of the money, he isn't likely to give it back.